Thank you so much for sticking around and for coming along on this journey. If you've made it this far, I hope you have more clarity on what you want to do and what you're trying to achieve. This is the last and final step in the Finding Your Purpose series. And in this episode, we're going to explore how to share and communicate what we've learned about ourselves to others so that they may either invest in us, hire us, or even give us an opportunity to work with them as our customers. So let's get started. Finding clarity is the first step. There's a lot you might need to do before you actually start to put things into practice. If you want to start a new career, if you want to start a new business, if you want to move into a new direction, you might need to maybe go to school, maybe learn a few set of skills, maybe even leave your current job or whatever you've been doing. So I would suggest that you start sharing with a small circle of people you love and trust and can rely on for honest feedback. So this could be your parents, this could be your siblings, this could be your friends, this could be your mentors, this could be colleagues that you trust, but start sharing with them. This is important for a couple of reasons. One, it gives you an opportunity to start now communicating about yourself and sharing about your new discovery. Secondly, by sharing with people who you trust and are somewhat invested in your life, you create an accountability system. And you can even tell them specifically that the reason you're sharing this new journey with them is because you expect them to hold you accountable. This will help you have a group of people who will check in on you once you start this new journey, or once you start taking steps into this new part of your life. Once you start taking steps in this new journey, you need to find a way of putting yourself out there. And this is different for different people. So some of the ways you might decide to put yourself out there is maybe restructure your CV and find a way of sharing your new skills and discovery and purpose with other people who might be interested in hiring you. You might decide to maybe start sharing your work publicly on a YouTube vlog or even on a blog, and you need to figure out how to do that. Or even to start sharing this, let's say you decide to start developing products or even services that you want to sell, you need to find a way to start connecting with your customers. And this is where we now go back to the first activity we did in this series, which is the reflection and discovery activity. When you are asking yourself things that you love, you might have come across incidences or memories that you have attached to those things. Let me tell you, for example, I really love public speaking. When I go back to my childhood, I remember as a really young girl participating in church drama and poetry competitions, and at a very young age I was able to do a solo verse presentation representing our church in the competition. And that is something that has always stood out for me, first because I really enjoyed it, but also because my mom and the people around me really celebrated that. And so every time I share or I have an opportunity to ask people if I can do public speaking for them or if I can speak at an event, that is one of the stories I share. If I'm being interviewed, somebody will ask me, why do you think you're the right person for this job? And one way I will present it is I will go back to that story and tie it into whatever they want me to do. And so that gives the person who's listening to my story and my experience better insight into who I am. Once you have more clarity on what you want to do and you start taking steps towards developing yourself in this new journey, you're ready to start now putting yourself out there and presenting yourself afresh to a new set of people or a new group of people. And this can sound challenging. So I would encourage you to focus on a few things. One, make sure in your communication, your why comes out strongly. For example, if we go back to the example we shared earlier on being an environmental photographer. Why is this important for you? You might give a story like, when I was a young boy, I played a lot with trees, and now when I go back to my childhood home, it's just buildings, and I feel like a lot of the magic I enjoyed as a child is lost, and I would like to create that for future generations. So immediately people can connect that to something that is very deep and ingrained to who you are. The second thing you need to think about when communicating is how. So every time you get an opportunity to share with people, and especially if you expect those people to hire you or pay you for what you're willing to offer, is share how you might be able to fit in your purpose into their mission. So it's, for example, saying something as simple as, I believe in the power of photography as a way to communicate, and as an organization that is constantly trying to get environmental projects funded, I believe photography can help you get the message out more clearly. So now the people can start connecting what you offer and what you're doing to their mission and their goals, and the how becomes very clear. And lastly is just to allow yourself to be authentic. I don't think there's a right or wrong way for you to communicate your purpose or even to be who you are. You just have to find what feels comfortable for you and continue communicating that until you find or get into a rhythm that you feel is natural and enjoyable for you. The objective is to always have fun in communicating and sharing who you are. And with that, we've come to the end of this series. I hope that the information I've shared inspires you to start your self-discovery journey. I hope you find, live, and thrive in your purpose. If this has been helpful for you, please let me know what the experience has been like for you in the comments section below. Welcome to my online family. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification so that you get notified on uploads I share in the future. Until next time, stay authentic. Bye bye.